Okay, we're here to talk about SEO basics now. I'm not an SEO expert, but I want to share my experience with you and help you scratch the surface of what SEO is. You don't have to be an expert, but it is important to know the basics and speak the language of SEO. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you're going to want to consider hiring an expert or consultant or someone to serve on your team that can focus on SEO. The good news is that most small business owners are not looking at SEO. So even understanding the basics is going to put you one step above and beyond the rest. Let's start by defining what SEO is. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and the definition of search engine optimization is the practice of improving the unpaid ranking of your site on a search engine like Google. There are 5 basics of SEO that I want to cover with you today. These are the top things that experts say Google is looking at when they rank your site. If you focus on these 5 things as early as possible and then consistently, as often as possible, you're going to be better set up from a search engine optimization standpoint from the onset. Now, caveat, there is a whole world of paid search engine marketing, like Google AdWords or paid keyword marketing. We're not going to focus on paid search engine marketing here. We're going to focus on organic search engine optimization because that's what I have experience with, and I love helping people figure out how to grow their businesses without spending any more money. I'm going to dive in now. SEO basic number 1, links. Links continue to be a top Google ranking factor. You need 2 kinds of links. The first one is outside links in. This is the way Google validates your website in the Google mind. The more outside links linking to your site, the more established Google knows your website is. So it's important to get outside links in. And you do that by creating awesome content, which we're going to talk about in one of the future modules. The other type of link that you need on your website is internal links. And this is like cross-linking. A simple way to do this is when you blog, take a minute to search your own site for any other topics, any other blog posts where you've already covered that topic, and just make sure that you include references and link back and forth within your own website pages. Okay, SEO basic number 2. There's going to be a big word here. Meta descriptions. We're going to talk about meta descriptions and headlines or titles. On your webpage, you'll have a page title, and some people refer to this as an SEO title. This is your headline. This is the thing that Google sees, the top link that you're going to see in search results when someone lands on that page. And if you're using a content management system like WordPress, there is an app called Yoast, which allows you to control all this. Also, in different content management systems like Shopify, most well-established content management systems offer the ability to control your headline and also your meta description. Now, a meta description is the text below your headline that is shown in a Google search result. This is the first impression, so you want it to be compelling. Now, I want to talk about how. I already mentioned the Yoast app, but I want to walk you through some of the basics. Quick notes on keywords. Yes, keywords are very important, but we're not going to focus on those here, and I want to explain why. Your goal in ranking on search engines is to drive organic traffic to your site from search engine result pages, and the keywords you choose to target, meaning the ones you choose to include in your content, will determine what kind of traffic you get. Now, I could teach an entire course on determining the best organic keywords and strategies to create content to support those. But to keep things simple, I'm just going to tell you to make sure that the content on your site is great, which leads us to SEO basic number 3, content. Content is key. You want to make sure it is leading your customers to a solution, if not completely solving their problem for them. When you solve your customers' problems, you're building trust, creating relationship, and creating meaningful engagement. And that goes really far in business, like we talked about in the customer module. Now, fresh content, in addition to providing value for readers and potential customers on your site, is also going to communicate to Google that you are still relevant. Content keeps people on your site and keeps people coming back to your site. A few tips on how you can create better content. And again, there's an entire module on this, so we'll cover more of this there. Just remember that longer content is better for SEO. Videos are great for SEO. Don't be afraid to reuse old content, but never duplicate it. Always change it before you repost it. Okay guys, SEO basic number 4, user experience. Now we talked about this a little bit in the customer module, but what we're talking about here is the user experience on your website. Google wants to serve up sites that users like to spend time on. So ways you can improve the user experience of your site is testing. You can do this yourself simply by walking through your pages and asking yourself questions about how long it takes you to move or click or get to calls to action. If someone sends you an email about your website not working well, this is awesome. Ask for feedback. We talked about feedback loops, and if you can build one of those into your website, that's going to be a super awesome way to keep improving it. You're going to want to watch bounce rates. We talked about that just above, and we're going to want to make sure your site loads quickly. Ultimately, remember that clean and simple work best in terms of copy, graphic, and layout. And sometimes you just can't make progress on the user experience part of your site without third-party perspective. And this is stuff that we do at Mastermind, or I can always do in a consulting call if you guys are interested in that. SEO basic number 5, make sure your site is optimized for mobile. Now you may need to work with a developer on this, but ultimately what I want to tell you to do is just check your website out on your phone before you make it go live. That's it for the website system. There will be a checklist at the end of this module to help you with some of these things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, questions on Slack, or you can click the link below this video and submit the form.